Hello everybody! Hello! Before I get started, I kind of want to talk about something a little more serious. I don't usually lean on serious, but I'm going to today. So, I suffer from urinary incontinence and I've had it forever. Ever since I was wee, all the way, well, till today, till forever. I'm gonna have it forever. Yeah, it doesn't go away. Not for me. So, some of you who followed my channel for a wee bit might remember back when it used to be a men's health channel. We talked a lot about incontinence in men. I compared products and did wee reviews and unboxings. But I fucking hate unboxing videos. They make such a mess. And for a while, things were pretty cool. Everyone was super nice. Everyone was super helpful. I shared stories. People shared stories with me, and it was cool. YouTube changed their TOS and f***ed up everything. So I took all my videos down. But now I do this stuff, and I'm like a gamer person because it seems like that's, the way to go. At least for me, anyway. But it's been a long time since I discussed urinary incontinence issues on YouTube. And I'm kind of doing it again. So, my project this time is an adult diaper cover. I have been in nappies like my entire life. And before anyone jumps down in the comments with their jokes, saying things like, oh, you only use them so that you don't have to pause your game, so you don't have to stop watching your anime. Okay, that's actually quite offensive, and I would prefer people don't say those things. I could take a wee bit of joke when somebody says, oh, it must be nice that way you never have to pause your video game. Ha ha, yeah, okay. I'm not going to get upset over something like that. But to sit there and deny the fact that I deal with a medical issue and pin it directly on me not wanting to pause my video game is terrible. And some people will say things like, oh man, you're so lucky. And they may belong to a community of their own, but that's also highly offensive because my incontinence issues come with chronic headaches, nerve damage, a heart problem, ADHD, anxiety and stress issues. It's not fun. And I really wouldn't wish that on anybody. But I digress. I am making this cover because I need something to keep me warm during the winter, and covers are actually really expensive for the most part. I figured I would try my hand at making my own, and hope that it really turns out well. And yeah, I am actually a newbie when it comes to being a yarny. I'm not sure if I can consider myself a yarny yet. Nobody has come over and written me a certificate and said, here you are. Keep this in your wallet, you're a yarny now. I don't have my yarny identification card. I know that it's kind of hard mode. I kind of tend to do things that way. I start off on super hard so that when I go to the easy stuff, it's really easy for me. Then I get to play on God mode. But yeah, in yarny years, I'm actually only about 7 to 8 months old. I've not even done this for a year yet. But I really wanted to give it a go, and I hope that it comes out well. That being said, I think that this topic is also really important. Growing up, there is a lot of negative stigma around being incontinent. People tend to treat you very poorly. They say things that aren't true about you. They make fun of you. Your friends don't want to be your friends anymore. Sleepovers are over. My doctor told me at about age 13 that this is what my life was going to be. It was wrecked. That was like it for me. Stopped going to people's birthday parties. Stopped hanging out with friends. Only spent the night with one other kid. And even then, it was a nerve-wracking experience. And I still get it today as an adult. Sometimes people make off-color jokes, rude comments, that kind of stuff. I was actually even afraid of uploading the video. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do because it is a personal topic. It can be embarrassing, people can be rude or mean. People can say hurtful things even when they don't mean to. It's very unfortunate and very unfair. But talking about these issues actually helps to destigmatize the negative energy around it and to also spread awareness for people who deal with this health problem. And I am nowhere near the only one struggling with it. It can happen to anybody at any age, at any time. That being said, I'd also like to point out I am not affiliated with any medical companies. I am not paid by any medical companies. This is not a promotion for any medical companies. And as a matter of fact, there are a couple of these medical companies that I personally have an issue with. Because they're doing things they're not supposed to do. But that's enough of my patter. Let's get into it. Just as my journey started, we once again start with a nappy. We're going to use a disposable diaper. adult size, of course, and I'm going to use it as a silhouette. And that's just how we're going to go about this. I'm going to silhouette this thing, and we'll see what we can come up with. It does not want to play ball with me. But it's got no choice. I'm going to make it. Before I really get into the project, because once I get into it, I'm sure I'll be heads down for a while. I want to go over the material that I'm going to be using. So I'm using acrylic yarns. I'm going to be using this brown to border the waistband and the legs. And I'm going to be using this. It's actually, it kind of looks black, but it's actually a slate grey. Which is why I'm working in a fort today, by the way. Since it's such a dark colour, if I was working in the other chair that I was working in the other videos, this wouldn't show up at all. You'd have a very difficult time seeing it. It's also why I'm wearing my bluey pyjamas. It's actually like in the middle of the afternoon, so... Yeah, so we're going to go with the slate grey, and we're going to trim it with this lovely, like, lighter brown. And then I've got these absolutely adorable buttons. Look at these. I cannot wait.
Is it possible to restitch everything I have to put up with? Is there something else I can try? Or is it just my life? This again hand might guide me through. Now there's only one thing left to do. There isn't much that I can't fix, so it's time to restitch. But I'm gonna keep going, 'cause there's no way of knowing if I'll be okay if I walk away. Sometimes you gotta restitch when the world hits you with that bait and switch, 'cause things get messy, stressy, aggressy, and it makes us work hard. But we never go too far before we reclaim who we really are. When life is a bitch, you gotta restitch. Just jump in, row by row, I'm counting till the end. This distraction's what I'm needing, 'cause I might stop breathing. My head hurts and I'm feeling sick. I'm trying not to think about it. Anxiety's been setting in from the start till the end. But I'm gonna keep going, 'cause there's no way of knowing if I'll be gotta keep going when there's no way of knowing. Are we all okay? Are we all okay? Are we all okay? Are we still okay? Are we still okay? When the world hits you with that bait and switch, 'cause things get messy, stressy, aggressy, and it makes us work hard. But we never go too far before we reclaim who we really are. When life is a bitch, you gotta restitch. Sometimes you gotta restitch when the world hits you with that bait and switch, 'cause things get messy, stressy, aggressy, and it makes us work hard. But we never go too far before we reclaim who we really are. When life
Well, there it is, and I like it. It's nice. I think it says I'm incontinent, but I'm still sophisticated and playful, and I might need to have a diaper, but that's okay. Sorry, my emotions caught up with me and took over. Hey, perhaps Tim Gunn would appreciate my fashion diaper. Yeah, he knows the best style. I love that man. So yeah, 300 some odd yards of loneliness, anxiety, and hurt feelings. Was it worth it? Who knows? How was the second one? Maybe I'll know by the third one. Maybe I won't. You never know. But there she is, in all her glory. We've got it completed. It's finished. I don't know if I'll record the next one or not. But yeah, there it is. Another project in the books. All up inside of him. All up inside those books. So now we can build a wee outfit for the diaper cover I created. We can do something nice with it. I can make a fancy outfit. Start off with a pair of wee shoes. Look at those fancy boys there. Look at these business trousers, those. And how about a cable knit sweater with the hat and scarf that I made in that first video. Looking nice and classy. And then we can put the nappy cover with it. And it'll complete the look. Oh, isn't it fancy? Look at that fancy look. Yeah, who the hell am I kidding? Punk boots. My heavy metal kilt. A bedwetter shirt. There we go. A nappy. And the pub hat I wore last time I got into was at a fancy restaurant. Well, perhaps that's more my style. There is, of course, another issue. That I'm sure a lot of you guys probably figured out really quickly. Yeah, way too big. Way too big. But that's alright, because I'm gonna shore it up with a drawstring. But it's kind of a failed product. Though it may have fit me back when those pants in the earlier bit fit me. Those are too big for me now too. I was all weight. Also, for those of you who are crocheters out there, you probably also realised that I double stitched like everything except for the border. Which means that I pretty much made a trampoline net. So that's great. Anyway, everybody, thanks for coming to check out my video. I hope to see you in the next one. Cheery bye!